Hello everybody and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin and we are on part 7 of Spyro the Dragon on the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Last time we managed to get some of Beastmaker's out of the way, and now we're about to take on Treetops, so I say we do it. Treetops, one of the most notorious levels. I can't tell you how many times I've watched Let's Players jump into this level for the first time, and I don't blame them because I did the same thing. Is when you go into this level for the first time, it's very overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff to do, and then you start doing stuff at your own pace, and then you lose track of like where to go and how to get to certain places. But really, one of the key things to do with this level is, and even if you mess up the first time, you can always come out of the level and go back in, is basically you just want to follow the thieves from the start. Like, follow where they're going, and then you never really have to learn any of like the speedways or the supercharge like patterns or whatever. You just have to follow them. And that's, honestly, I do like the frustration of watching a blind Let's Play of this, and then seeing them actually figure it out. But, yeah, if you just wanted the straight dope... See, right now, I just... Even though I was talking just now about how to do it, I still got distracted. I should have been following this group, this, thief right here. Let's see if the thief's still here. I don't think he is. Let's see if I can wing it. Oh, almost. Alright, so let's just start over again, because I don't think we got any checkpoint. Our gems saved over, but we got the key too. That's good. Alright, so we're just gonna follow this green guy. Keep in mind, we collected all the eggs, so the thieves aren't really for eggs anymore. But he should still be here. This guy's fat. Oh, I see him, I see him, I see him, I see him, I see him. Don't go anywhere. I think as long as he's in your sight, he's not gonna go anywhere until you get close. But if you lose sight of him for too long, I think he disappears. So this is what we'll do. I think I had the right idea, yeah. Oh, okay. I just need to practice my the actual physics of it, I guess. I think on Spyro 1 for PS1, it's a lot. It's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like it's not. I never really have any trouble once I know where to go. So I don't know if I'm just like, if it's a reignited problem or if it's a me problem that's just misremembering how to. Oh my god, that guy always gets me. That's just bananas. All right, let's go. He's right here. This level is notorious though for many people, and honestly, imagine playing this as a kid. Oh my god. Maybe I have to like go a little bit more to the left on that landing, so like where the ramp is a little lower for me to land. But at the same time, is it more far away? Well, what we're gonna find out right now. Cause I'm jumping at the. I feel like I'm jumping correctly. Grab him. There we go. Oh, really? Yeah, is it just me, or is there like not as much lift in this version. Maybe I'm doing it wrong though. Alright, let's try it. This is one thief of like 3, I think, in this level. Come on. Here we are. And then here, and then boom. This was usually the last one I could ever figure out, I think. But then again, they're all pretty difficult. But I think this one was like very tough to figure out if you were just trying to like guess where to go without the thief leading you. There we are. 25 piece. Jed.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
I remember when I first got this dragon in PS1, and it took forever to do because you had to figure out how. Like when you're a kid, you just don't put 2 and 2 together as easily. And even honestly, even if this is your first time as an adult, it's hard. The only reason I knew how to do it is because I just rinse and repeat of trial and error. But when the dragon says that, I remember that being the first time where I was like, oh, the game is aware of its design. Like, the game is aware that this is a hard... Because, for me, like, like, you know that, like, when you get towards the later levels of a video game, it's gonna get more difficult. And usually when I think about that, I think about the enemies. But... I think this is the first game where I was like, this is not a game where enemy AI are your biggest hurdle. Like, this game is actually has like layers to it, being like a being one that is a collectathon and a platformer, but it's also stringing like all this like this new moves together that were with the supercharge and the gliding, and kind of also like being aware of kind of thinking outside the box on where to go and where to direct yourself. It's all kind of incorporated in this level, and I feel like that's a very rewarding thing when you're a kid and you realize, oh wow, Spyro just acknowledged how tough that was to do, because for you, you're just using it like he's just a dragon, like he's just the character. You don't think like, yeah, they say things or whatever, but you don't think of the I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you don't think of how the character is what the character's thinking in terms of the gameplay that you're indulging in. And just that little dialogue just felt like a first moment in video games for me where I was like, wow, like a character is actually like aware of what I just did. The stakes of what the lives I lost and all that. Lyle.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
Huh.
And that dragon was like... He's really like a red herring, because if you get distracted to free him and you don't go for the thief, then you're basically relying on his advice, where it's just like, oh, just try to experiment. Try to experiment on what ramp to go off and where to turn and where to glide and how many times, like that dragon is basically like he could have saved you a lot of time if he just wasn't trapped in this one spot. If he wasn't trapped in this one spot, I would have just went for the thief on my first playthrough on PS1. But you're trained to go for the dragons because that's just like the more mission-based thing. It's like, oh, you want to free your family. Let's see what we got over here. Let's take this guy out like this. Oh, what's it got? Oh, I took him out. Took him out from underneath there. Bananas. Okay. It's a chest you gotta charge. I wonder if that chest needed a key. No, the key isn't. The key chest is somewhere else. So, I mean, I haven't really played much about anything else. Maybe a little Crash 4, but because it was Christmas the other day, I don't know, I just kind of took a load off. I wasn't really playing much stuff. But I did play Death Stranding. Whoa, that was weird. I'm like so close that it's not doing much. There we go. I did play Death Stranding's director's cut, which was surprisingly shorter than I expected, and most of the content was already shown in the trailer for it, but it was still fun. I enjoyed it. A little short, but I guess it's cool that they add more features to the game overall. I think the game, I think the director's cut was more intended to be played from the beginning of the game, and then you earn, I just played it from, having already beaten the game, and then you just find this little area that you can kind of, where it's a little extra content. But, yeah, that was worth the extra money, I'd say. You telling me I can't flame bananas? I think we're doing good so far. I think that's the key chest right there. Are you? No, you're not. So I need a... oh, I think the key chest might be over here somewhere. Alright, so we're gonna go to the beginning of the level, which I'm guessing... There's supposed to be another thief, but I wonder if they're there still. Let me just see if there's any gems this way. I don't think there is. Okay. Looks like we got a hint of some 2022 Activision stuff, being that a lot of content creators are getting gifts in the mail of a Crash Bandicoot Tony Hawk, kind of bundled, kind of holiday gift. I forget what it was, but it was basically hinting at the idea of 2022 very likely having the releases of sequels for Crash and Tony Hawk, which I'm guessing would be Tony Hawk 3+4 and Wumpa League. Nothing for Spyro, so I don't know what's going on there, but at least there's some hope on the horizon. Okay, so we got the red thief here. So I'm gonna ignore these enemies really and just try to get this guy. Don't want to get caught up with that key chest by accident. Stay there. Oh, he's gone. See if I can kind of get him. He went this way. I gotta just hope for the best here. Okay, he waited for me. Good. Okay, this one was the easier one. Oh no! I thought I had hover. Okay, well I think I know what to do. Let's try that again. There's a lot of backtracking in this one. But I'll take it. As long as I have some semblance of an idea of what to do, I'm fine. I guess I'll take these guys out since the thief has already landed. Here's the key. So we're like at the trunk of a tree and there's like a bunch of light coming through the... See, if I had my head bash, I would probably die because I would break through these boards and then like go into some like big ball of fire, or what looks like, what seems like it. Let's see what this dragon has to say. Isaac.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far. I'm all over it.
I feel like that was the least helpful advice for this level, because yeah, we get it. I mean, I guess they want to establish that this is a supercharged level, so this is kind of like the dragon that's kind of like really easing you into it for anybody who really hasn't been paying attention up until this point of how supercharge works. But then again, supercharge hasn't really been that. I mean, Magic Crafters had some big ones. I guess they need to reinforce how to do things here. But so far we do this. And then oh no, of course. And that's the end of that. Okay. Okay, at least we're here. I'll have to remember to go straight next time off that first ramp, because there's a chest that needs to be broken. And then here. And then that's pretty simple. Okay. I say that, but took me how many tries? Let's try to get them like this. I love these little sniper chests, where you can try to, like, just get people like this. Aw, come on. Let's try to... again. Ah. He seems to be enjoying himself. That's gotta hurt. Eventually. We're so high up. I don't think he's ever gonna land. Unless he gets like torn up from the atmosphere or something. Oh, the Northern Lights. I like how they added that to this level, because it really is you're gonna be like, if you're gonna be falling because of all these gaps, at least give us a sky that's pretty to look at. Okay, so I think we got everything up here. Alright. Is there another supercharge to do? I don't think so. maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Or misremembering. Let's go this way first. Make sure that everything's here. Oh! I just want to see if how long it took him to get some bananas. He did just puff into smoke just now. Okay. I'm pretty much sure. I'm pretty much sure. I'm pretty sure that this was most of the area I needed. I think I should go. I don't think I can. Maybe I can make this jump. Let's try it. I can't make it. Oh, no. Alright, at least I got those gems out of the way. A lot of deaths in this one. Oh, I'm still right back where I started. Or right where I ended. There we go. That was a good... I overshot though because of how much supercharge I had. Alright, let's try again. The proper way. So there was a green thief, a red thief. I'm pretty sure that's it. For some reason, I keep thinking of a yellow thief in my mind. Let's get a checkpoint here, and then right from the straight ahead here. And that's that. Okay, we did it. So I think we can return home from here. See, if you just use the supercharge like this, you're not going to get as much lift because you need to go through all this, like, you know, layers of supercharge in order to achieve that. Alright, we're good though. Only took us 23 minutes with a little talking, not bad. Could have been worse, could have been worse. It's crazy though how I know what to do in this level and I still die a lot. It just goes to show how much when you don't know what you're doing, you're just trying to experiment, see what works. There's so many people that game over on this part and it's understandable. Alright, so we got that one out of the way. Treetops. I think Metalhead's the last thing to do here. Let's see. Yeah, I think Metalhead is the boss. Let's go make our way over. Yeah. I also saw Matrix Resurrections, which was a very, like, the last thing of 2021 that I was very excited for. And you can chalk me up as one of the people that really loved it. We'll go right ahead into Metalhead here. I like what they did with it, and honestly, when I went to this movie, I lowered my expectations. I basically, like, compartmentalized it like this. Like, the trilogy already exists. It was finished, it was concluded as a trilogy, but it was always left open for anything possible with this franchise to happen. So when I went to this movie, I knew that Lana was Wachowski. I can't ever say the last name right. Wachowski. I feel like I'm still bumbling it, but I knew that she would be doing it for a reason, and for a passionate reason, like, and not just because she wanted to, you know, cash in on a sequel or whatever. I knew that it would come from a very personal place. I already read in interviews that the reason she was making this was because of something that happened very personal in her life with the death of her mom, her family friend, and her dad. So I know she considered the Matrix, like the Matrix, or like Neo and Trinity, as kind of like a source of comfort. Characters that they've created, you know, the Wachowskis have created. And you can argue that that's a personal thing, that, or whatever, but I think I like what she did with it. I like that it's about... I like that it's like a very personal love story. And that's exactly... And another thing, I saw like a Keanu Reeves interview where he was talking like how, as a film goer, he understands what it's like to be disappointed with a film. Like with a franchise, which is something that happened with Star Wars for him, like the third one. But as an artist, he said like he really goes into movies now, or anything, just trying to meet the movie for what it is. And I thought that was a very interesting take to approach to approach anything, any piece of art. So that's what I did. I basically said, like, I said to myself, the movies, the trilogy already happened. Let's see something different. I don't want to see something that's just kind of a nostalgia grab, or what's it called? Or just like more of the same, you know, like just like giving fans what they want, fan service. I felt like this was a very deconstructive piece. It really was something that was anti-fan service to me, yet it still delivered a story that was that stood on its own, and that had merit to it, and worth, and catharsis. And that's all I wanted. That's all I can, like, I don't mind if creators try something new. And that's exactly what she did with this movie, and I thought it was brilliant. I know a lot, like, I remember seeing some criticisms before going in that it was very meta, that is too meta or something. And when I heard that, I was expecting something like maybe they're gonna mention that, like, oh, you're not Neo, you're not Thomas Anderson, you're actually Keanu Reeves, and you're an actor, and you know, you participate in these like Hollywood movies or whatever. And if that was the case, that like I think would have took me out of it. But that's the way people were talking about it, as if that's what was the problem, and it wasn't. There was like a little montage where it did exactly what I thought would happen in a rebooted Matrix. It reminded me of, like, for me, like, it was like exactly what the machines would have done in order to prevent the cycle of how the Matrix unfolds. How like every Matrix like reboots and recycles with an anomaly, and like there's been like 6 ones before Neo or whatever in the trilogy, and they all chose the same thing. Or like, I can go into the Matrix mythology for like, you know, hours, but basically I thought what the premise of this movie did was very on point with what it always was, and it did it in a fresh and interesting way, and I loved it. I honestly, like, I teared up in during some parts. Like, for me, it's almost like interesting that Spider-Man: A New Home premiered around, like, pretty much within the same week as this movie, because that movie, I feel like, is the opposite of what this movie is trying to do. Is that like, Spider-Man is more about nostalgia, and getting all those Marvel fans all jazzed up about, like, you know, cameos and callbacks and all these little fan moments. So, you know, you hear about these movies. I mean, these like some of the theaters people are in where people are applauding for like 10 minutes straight just because they saw like a reference they understood, or like a character from a past film or whatever return or something like that. And for me, that's so exactly what the Matrix Resurrections critiques, in how there's a loss of originality and there's a loss of art in how we kind of just reboot and make and just like stay comfortable with what we're used to. And for me, like, and also people were criticizing that, like, oh, it's not exactly the same Matrix, like, it's not like how it used to be, like the fight choreography is not the same anymore. And I get it. I get that, like, the first Matrix especially was innovative, and like the fight choreography in those first three movies are kind of a staple. And it's not to say the choreography was bad in this one, but it was different, and I think it was intentionally different in how it was presented to fit the theme of the story, and like, or and what Lana was trying to go for. And I think it worked. I think it was successful. But yeah, I mean, I honestly enjoyed it. I saw it in IMAX with my sister. The whole theater was just like, you could tell everybody was on edge every moment along the way. It was just like, and it was just a great experience. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, these guys are bowling for me. But yeah, when I when I played The Matrix Awakens on the experience for PS5, that game is very tongue-in-cheek and very meta, and like to the point where like they were talking about like how the marketing of their own their world and characters are, and like that's what I was expecting in terms of meta, but it didn't even get anywhere near that. So again, I just feel like the level of like meta that people were complaining about is exactly what I would have expected, like the machine world to kind of like bestow upon these characters in this world in a rebooted Matrix. It felt natural to me, and I dig it. Again, this is a movie. I think it's meant to be divisive. I don't think it's for everybody, but I do think, like Reloaded, Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions, it's going to be one of those movies where people might come around to later on in after multiple viewings and having years. And because for me, like, the film has still stuck with me. I'm still thinking about it. I still feel emotional about it. And that's, to me, is a sign of a good movie. In the fact that I'm not really thinking about it in a way where it's like, where it's like, I can't believe they did that. Like, why did they do that? It was for me, it's more like I'm like I'm slowly understanding every creative choice that happened in that movie, and it's awesome to me. I like the level of discipline from creators when it comes to a sequel or a reboot or a prequel or anything like that, and I always applaud that. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and it was a nice end to the year of 2021, in my opinion. Let's get this dragon. Sadiki.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
And this boss we're about to take on is probably the most bossiest boss of all bosses in Spyro. The dragon. The dragon. Because in Spyro 2 and 3, the bosses are all legit bosses. But this is the most legit boss in the game, I think. in terms of the potential of a Spyro boss. There's multiple things. Like it's not just like three. Like Dr. Shemp was good because it was 3 stages and it was kind of like you're in a little arena, but it's very basic. I felt like it was like a baby's first boss. Even though again, Toasty was another one like that where it was just more about like, oh, here's 1 dog, here's 2 dogs, here's 3 dogs. Whereas this, it's more. There's so much going on at once. I feel like in this one, and I like it. And Spyro's yawning because I'm too much talking, too much yakking from me. Whew. I like how he's using the enemies, and even the huge enemies, in order to destroy me. Oh! See, again, he's full of surprises, this boss. Like, why couldn't, like, you're gonna see what, like, I guess Nasty Nork is unique in what he is as a boss. But I feel like I'm more of, like, this is more of a battle. I always like this, by the way. If you keep letting him throw enemies at you, you'll get all the gems that are up here. These gems that right here are basically the leftover gems he did not use from the enemy, his like enemy inventory that he was going to use on you. It's the one. It's really the one time in the whole trilogy where they do that in Spyro. Well, where gems can be like where the gems aren't determined to be here, depending on whether or not enemies were utilized by another enemy. Like it's very out there, and they never do it again. I don't know why. You know what? Let's keep him there, and let's go left. Oh, I think I do have the key. Okay. So I think okay, cool. So if I didn't get this key, because it really was hard to find that area I found this key in, I would have came to this chest, and then I would have been like, where the hell is this key? And it would really, like, honestly, in my first playthroughs of these games, it was always very tough to find this. I kind of made it look just easy because I just remember where to go, but, I always wanted to fly through this thing, but it won't let you. It's pretty much like a wall. But I don't know if Reignited if they change that. But I don't want to test it because who wants to fly through that anyway? It's all green muck, radioactive waste. It probably is radioactive waste. Okay, so he hasn't really. Oh, he has activated like the first 3 over there. So we're gonna snipe this one right here. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. That's a big one. Boom. Oh, he's not really doing much. There you go. That was a very daring, oh, skill point. Cool. I guess defeat him without, dying. I think that goes for all the bosses. I should probably do that at some point, but I probably won't. Skill points are kind of an afterthought at this point. Alright, that was good. Got this area here. It's like Christmas with all these different colored gems here. This jump here, you really do have to do like the very end of the jump in order to get the glide. Is there anything? I'm guessing he left a bunch over here around this bend. Oh no, I guess not. Oh, maybe. Oh, I know what that was. That's why all those gems were all mismatched, because that was the inventory for this next phase. Now again, they could have gave us a 3rd phase, and I would have been completely fine with that for this boss fight, but still, it's a nice open arena. That's what I like about it. Nasty Nork is kind of very open too, but it's a lot less confined. It's more, and it's not really a arena, I would say, but it's his whole level is completely basically the whole boss fight. But I think we got everything except for here. No, I don't. I'm missing a 2-piece. That means I can't use sparks. So what am I missing? Oh, I see it. It's hidden in the grass, and there's so much green. See, all this green. How can you blame me? There we go. All right. So I think we're good to go to the next homeworld. And just like you would think at this point in the game that we would be on the last homeworld, but we're not. And the next homeworld, Dreamweavers, there's a lot to it. This next world, it has probably my favorite music in the entire of. It's probably like top 5 music in the whole trilogy.
Now that so many dragons have been rescued.
You better be.
Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweavers world.
Dreamweavers, yes. Okay, show me.
Are you ready to go?
I'm always ready. Go to Dream. Let's go. And this new homeworld is such a breath of fresh air after Peace, because Artisans is a very calming one, and very lush and green. Peacekeepers, I mean, is very it's very a little war torn, a little deserty and dry, and then you got Magic Crafters, which is kind of nice, but a little conniving and deceitful. Whereas this is, it's just bizarre and out there, and I love it. And dreamy. And mushrooms are fodder here because, you know, in case you're an adult and you don't understand yet, this is going to be like the LSD world. The bass in this song is so good. Everything, really. The guitar, the piano. I mean, I really should crank it, but... Right now there's a guy with a magic cannon that's turning people big and small. Which I like. I like that that's at the center of this level, where you kind of have to get to him before you can really control the map. These guys will stay big because he knows better not to make them small. This really was a mind trip, though, when you first played it on PS1. Jocks. That'll be our boss. I'm guessing I can go to Nasty's world already, but let's check.
Well done, Spyro. I hope you know what lies in store for you.
No, I don't.
Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find. Are you ready to go?
No. See, that's the thing about being such a great collector in this game, is that you can, like, if someone was just collecting like they normally would, if you're just like a collectathon junkie, then you would just completely skip this world. But I guess if you're a junkie on collecting, you probably wouldn't. So I guess I'm just talking out my ass. Alright. I'm gonna turn these guys small right here. Hey, Peppa Pig. It's okay. It's that busy time of year. The end of year rush. Oh, I actually turned them small back son. Okay. Got you. Let's get this dragon. Zikomo.
Hello, Spyro.
Nicely done.
I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. I still need to get myself a nice gaming laptop. But then again, maybe I'll wait for the Steam Deck in February. But I do need a new laptop, that's the thing. I might as well just get one. How is it though? Is it... Oh, I gotta get this guy. I should have known that. Oh! Whoa! Haunted towers. So what have you been using on, like, what games have you played on it so far? I'm guessing you're... I guess I'll get this dragon here. Nazi.
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
60th dragon. Oh wow, Sunset Overdrive, nice. Is that your first time playing it? Because I like I said, I never had the Xbox, so... Or the... I think it was Xbox One, right? I always like going on this roof and rolling into a bowl like that. So how is it then? Because that's like the one Insomniac game I never really played. Because I played all of Resistance, I played Spyro. I mean, there's a bunch of Ratchet and Clank games I haven't played yet, but in terms of IP, it's the one that I haven't played. Spider-Man I played. I heard it's, I mean, I just heard that the gameplay loop of it is supposed to be a lot of fun. Very similar to like a Tony Hawk combo or something. In the way you like, just kind of like maneuver around the world. Here we are. Oh. Yeah, this Christmas was like the first one where I really didn't ask for anything, and I just got like kind of just nothing real. I mean, I got stuff, but like nothing really like, you know, like I would have like things I used to ask for like games, because I feel like nowadays if there's a game I want to play, I'll just get it on my own. So I did get my mom an Oculus, which she has taken a liking to. It's always nice to like introduce your parents to kind of like technology. It was okay, and again, it was meant to just to be an experience. I feel, and it's more of a tech demo, really. It's not really a game. Like the gamey part of it, where it's like an on rails shooter, you're not even really controlling it, but it just looks really cool. And when you get to the open world part, that's where I think it's the most impressive in terms of like the collision effects with the cars and just like the photorealism of it all. But yeah, it's nothing to write home about, but like I introduced that to my friend who just came back from he just moved back here after being away for a while, and he was like just playing the open world for like an hour, just kind of mesmerized by how great it looked. So at least there's something to it. It did just makes me want a legit Matrix game though, but something tells me that's not going to happen. This dragon, by the way, the cinematography of the way this dragon is presented in the PS1 version is really cool. If you ever get a chance to look at that of this dragon speaking in the PS1 version, it's really cool because he's talking about kind of like thinking outside the box and looking what's not there and stuff like that, and the camera moves in a very unpredictable way around him, which is to me really like clearly intentional, but also very impressive that they were actually thinking of camera moves back in PS1. But I don't think they really do it for this one. We'll see. Latif.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
Yeah, I feel like they totally botched how that dragon was supposed to be presented, honestly. Like a hardcore Spyro fan in me would give that a big F in how they did that. They basically presented him in the same way. It's almost like Toys for Bob had no idea that how of like the intention behind from Insomniac and how it's supposed to look. Like if you look, like even if you just YouTube the dragons and find Latif, like it's really cool how they do it, and I really like it. Like it might sound like nitpicky and like what's the word, trivial, but for me, like it's one of those memorable video game things in Spyro that I always remember and how they present that dragon. But that's just me. Is there a flight? Okay, let's go to the flight level. I feel like that might be wise. Dark. Oh, that's Dark Passage. These levels get huge, by the way. Huh. You know what? Yeah, let's go to Dark Passage. Let's flame the screen here. Set the TV on fire. Alright, let's try to get done whatever we can get done for this level. This is very much the nightmare level of the game. We turn the lights on, the monsters go away, but they're still pretty difficult in some aspects. Like the turtles are pretty much bastards in this one. Did I tell you that I saw the new Spider-Man? No, you did not. But I did see the new Matrix, which I talked about and kind of gave my little non-spoiler review of here. But I heard a lot of people are enjoying the new the new Spider-Man. Cassia.
The enemies here can be quite frightening. but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
The only thing that I was a little disappointed was how many theaters Spider-Man hogged, because I was trying to see Matrix in the Dolby Cinema for AMC, and every single one was being used up by Spider-Man. So I ended up seeing it in IMAX, The Matrix. It is mixed reviews, and you can chalk me up on the side of people who really loved it. I think what the film was going for, it's very intentional and everything that was happening, and I really dug what creative choices the film took. A lot of people are comparing it to like The Last Jedi of Star Wars or whatever, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that at all. Can you really blame them for hogging the theater? I mean, I don't, because I know Marvel movies are the moneymaker, but it is just like when you think of in the context of The Matrix, that's a movie you gotta give to Dolby Cinema. That's like that is a ZZ.
Thank you for releasing me.
That guy's blind. I didn't realize that. I'm not, because I'm kind of glad that I went to IMAX anyway. I did watch it again on HBO Max because I just enjoyed the fourth film that much, and I would see it again if I could. Honestly, I've just always been a huge fan of those movies, and I feel like this is one of those movies that people are gonna appreciate as time goes on. But the thing is, I can't really watch Spider-Man because I didn't watch any of the previous films yet, and I know it definitely goes way beyond just the previous three, the current trilogy. So let's get this dragon, Bakari.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nook.
That's me, all right.
When you know, you know. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? There's supposed to be a place I can go. Where is that area? Oh, it's down here. Guess I'll go up here first. Oh, I guess I was already here? Oh, it's just the way back, I got it. Alright. And yeah, my Christmas was good too. I'm glad. It's been a very tough year for people, so I enjoyed my Christmas. We spent it with family both days for Christmas Eve and for Christmas Day. Oh God. And yeah. I feel like I can knock this level out real quick. Let's see if I can do it. This level definitely has some of my favorite music in terms of it's music that's been repeated throughout we've heard it already, I think, but they really belted it out in this version, I think. Okay. I think I got everything. Apara.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate to be trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one that's gonna be trapped is him.
There's a lot of conversations in this one between the dragons and Spyro. Oh, where am I? Oh, okay. Alright, I think we can almost get this one, maybe. I feel like I missed a big area, but we'll see. In this reunited version, these guys are like chihuahuas. I think in the original, I always envisioned them to be more like beagles. Obasi. There's a lot of dragons in this level.
Thank you for releasing me.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you. We got more over here. There's a lot to explore in this level, but it kind of all unfolds for you. A lot of enemies here. Alright, I think we got most of it. There's supposed to be like a rocket for us to flame at some point, I think. I think it's right here. Yep. Little firework for... Oh, I missed a gem over there? Alright, we'll get it. How these gems get stuck over here? Okay. Alright, so we did it. One level down for Dreamweavers. I'm glad you had a very Merry Christmas. The New Year is upon us. And yeah, sorry it took 2 weeks. I think I just needed like some time to spend with my family, and there was a lot of running around, like getting presents for people and stuff. I expect to burn through the rest of Spyro very soon. And I do have one game on the way, by the way, that I just ordered from Amazon, which is a really random game, and probably but I never owned it, and it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for PS1. For some reason, I just felt curious. I want to see what, like, the soundtrack, like, if there's any missing songs, because I think I heard there's some missing songs. I know Spider-Man's a secret character that was never featured on, Tony Hawk 1+2 remake because of, like, I guess licensing reasons with Insomniac, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on PS1 is like, because I never actually played it. Anyway, we'll call it there. Pellet Pig, thank you for joining me. I'll be back next time. For anybody out there who enjoys the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Kev Plays on YouTube. And yeah, other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. I'll catch you guys next time in the Dreamweavers universe. Bye guys. See you, Papa.